Hello and welcome back. So this is the Myrmidon, the Gallente Tier 7 Battlecruiser. Now this ship also uses drones for its primary DPS, and of course one thing that is iconic for this ship is its hull design. It is quite tall, and it's actually so tall I have problems to fit this thing on the screen, and I don't know how I will make a thumbnail of this ship, but I think I'll think of something. Now, also, the skins for this ship are generally nice looking. I think I should have 15-day trials of these skins somewhere in a station. I think I did get them from the login rewards. Both of the skins look very nice. I think I do like the second skin a lot more. It does suit the ship kind of, and I do like how it looks. Well then, time to jump on the trait description, which I think will be interesting. So the ship gets a decent roll bonus, plus 15 km drone control range, plus 1 command burst module slot, plus 30% drone DPS, plus 5% drone EHP on the advanced medium drone upgrade bonus per level, and the Battlecruiser command bonus per level will give you plus 7.5% armor repair efficiency, which is generally very similar to the Prophecy. And this ship should repair its armor quite fast, with also a decent drone DPS output. Now I'm very curious to actually try this ship out to fly. As for the attributes and fittings, it has 5 drone slots, 3 high slots, 3 medium slots, 5 low slots, 3 weapon rigs and 3 engineering rig slots. And overall, all the specs are also very similar to the other battlecruisers. Now, I'll show you the fit that I currently have on the ship, and I think I do have 2 fits that I generally use most of the time, and I do have 1 experimental fit. At the moment, I do have medium missile launchers for the high slots. I did see people fit heavy and large missile launchers on this ship. For that you need a lot of power grid, but it is doable. In the medium slots I do have 3 Mark 7 medium group armor repairs that I use as a passive way to repair my armor if there is any incoming damage. It is most of the time the same fit that I do use in the Prophecy. But of course, if you want to do PvP with this ship, then you can replace these modules with a disruptor, with web affairs, with warp scramblers, and of course, very soon one of these modules will be replaced with a target painter, which will be released in the next update. For the drones, I do have Mark 7 Valkyries and I do have Mark 7 Infiltrators. Both are decent drones, can be replaced if you want with Hammerheads and Vespas. They should also work quite fine. Now keep in mind the prices for the drones should go down in the next update, because the drones will not shoot targets above the maximum drone control range anymore. So it will be interesting to see how I will counter that, and I think I already have a decent idea for that. Now in the low slots, at the moment I have a medium afterburner, a medium armor repair, 2 drone damage amplifiers and a omnidirectional tracking link, which is generally the same modules that I did use on the Prophecy and on the Covertops ship that I like to fly. Now I will attempt to use the same fit that I did have on my Prophecy, because I am very curious to see how much do the resistances on the Prophecy matter in PvE. Now this is the fit that I usually have on the Prophecy. The MVD can be replaced with a afterburner, but I like to have MVD ons because they generally give me a lot higher velocity that I do need. Well, let's see the DPS on this ship, and of course the ship's velocity. So I do have 640 DPS with this ship at the moment, and its velocity is 1.2 kilometers per second. a little bit faster than the Prophecy and a little bit higher DPS than the Prophecy, which is interesting. And this ship also should have higher DPS once I have the other skills for the drones completed. I think I do have to complete several of the expert skills. Now this is the armor tank fit that I will be using in this video. It is most of the time very similar to the fit in the Prophecy. It is just without the armor plate. I do have dual Nosferatus, and of course most of these armor hardeners are found from missions. They are elite ship loot and they are generally very useful and very good. Well, time to see how this ship will perform. Now, I don't have rigs for resistances on this ship, and of course this is the experimental fit with the dual armor repairers, which I will play around with once I get the resistance rigs, because I think dual armor repairers are going to be very nice on this ship, especially because it has the bonus on armor repairing, which is very useful. Now, back on the rigs, on the ship I don't have the resistance rigs, and I do have drone control range rigs and drone damage rig. That means I did increase my control range and drone DPS. But with this current fit at the moment, I should have decent resistances. Most of the time that's going to be more than enough for the vast majority of missions, especially if you shoot down ships at 65 kilometers. So in this case, this should be enough. I don't have the rigs for resistance, but time to jump in combat and, well, time to see how the ship will perform. Now, the first fit is more of a long-range fit where you should avoid taking any incoming damage. But of course, in case if any of these elite ships do get too close, it should have enough DPS to shoot them down before they can do any major damage. Well, in this case, this elite Rapture did get close to me. My drones are managing to keep up with that ship, and my shield so far is holding out, but in the next shot my shield should be down. So most of the time I do use this fit for extreme long ranges. That's the way that I play these drone ships. But in the next update, the drones are not going to follow targets outside of their maximum control range. So it will be important to see if this ship can withstand one of these elite ships shooting at it. Now, of course, keep in mind this Rapture is using missiles. They are generally still very strong, and they will do a lot more damage than, for example, lasers or other weapons. And so far, the idea behind this ship and behind this fit is to survive any incoming damage, which so far it is happening, but I'm kind of getting a little bit worried with the amount of armor loss that I have. In the end, the ship will go down, but I am left on 65% armor, which means I think with this fit I should still stick with the tactic that I did use so far. But it did hold out, and now I will slowly but surely repair my armor. And look at that, that thing uses the same missiles that I'm using right now. The only difference is the missiles on the Rapture do 10 times more damage than the missiles that I have on this ship. Kinda funny. Well, time to take out all the other elite ships, and from this point on all of the other ships cannot damage my armor a lot, and I will slowly but surely repair my armor. Now, back on the topic of the next update, they are going to be doing a lot of bug fixing, and of course the drones attacking targets outside of the control range is also, I think, part of some bugs in the game. that still will allow me to shoot down ships at the 240-kilometer barrier. I just have to make sure that they do get close enough to me, and well, I'll be playing the cat and mouse game on the 240-kilometer barrier, which means I can still use the tactic that I was using so far with a couple slight modifications, and I did try it out, it worked, and well, very soon when the update goes live you are going to see how I manage in such conditions, and I think it will be also very fun to watch because it is a very dynamic, this time the tactic that I use will be very dynamic because I will have to approach and then take distance from the target, which is what the fit that I have at the moment is made for. So the drones are still going to be the best PvE weapon in the game, and of course the safest weapon in the game. Okay, let's see. Well, as you can see, my armor has been repaired and I am outside of the danger zone at the moment because no more elite ships are left on the field. Now, again, we are going to get target painters in the next update. They will increase the incoming damage on the enemy ships. Now, I'm not quite sure if I can fit more than one target painter. I think I should be able to do that. And if I can do that, then I would have at least 2 target painters, but in most cases only one will be enough. That will increase the incoming damage on the target, and of course that will improve the DPS of your ship. So I am very curious to see how those modules will work. Okay, let's see. I will 61 now I have 65 kilometer drone control range with the ship, and I did think to do 75 kilometer drone control range, but I think 65 kilometers is more than enough. Instead, I did take one rig for drone damage, and so far I have to say it's a good decision. At the moment they aren't so expensive, the rigs. You can buy them for I think 20 to 30 million, which is a good price, because I would actually need those rigs for one of my next ships that I will buy. Okay, the next target. Here I did have, I think, couple elite ships. They didn't manage to do too much damage on my armor, and so far in this case the ship is quite stable. Now for the tier 8 storylines it will be very interesting to see how I will do these missions. I will do them very soon with this ship. This ship is at the moment my primary ship for storylines, and honestly I think I can actually fly this ship a little bit more efficient and effective than my prophecy. And by the way, the prophecy is still a very good ship. I like it. Okay, well, the last 13 ships are left. Okay, let's see. Well, time to jump on the next storyline, I think. Okay, well, here I do use the second fit, the armor tank fit. Now, these ships do mainly EM and thermal damage. My thermal resistance is at around, I think, 64, so it should be more than enough to withstand the incoming firepower from these ships. And this storyline also will have several elite ships jumping in. Now, at this moment, I am also thinking if I should have installed rapid missile launchers. I think rapid missile launchers are also doing a decent job. And by the way, when I already speak about the rapid missile launchers, they are going to be nerfed and the medium missile launchers, the ones that I currently use, are going to get a buff. So I think in the end using the normal missile launchers is going to be a little bit better, because the rapids are going to be nerfed. Okay, that ship went down. The next one is that Inquisitor. So I am orbiting around these ships at around 30 kilometers, which is close, yeah, but I am doing a experiment to see if this fit is stable. I am also checking on my capacitor to see if my capacitor is also unstable. And I am also checking to see if the armor can also withstand the incoming damage. If I want to do tier 8s with this ship, I will have to see first if the ship can survive the tier 6 storylines. So that's one of the experiments that I will do. Okay. Soon after I shoot down these 8 ships, the next wave of enemy ships is going to arrive. They will have at least 5 elite ships, and I'll be doing the same thing that I am doing here. That means I'll be orbiting around them, and I'll be taking all the incoming damage from these ships. That will be interesting, I think, because I'll be putting the armor on the test here. Now, I am definitely not going to do this in tier 8s. I'm just doing a test to see if I can survive this type of situation. In tier 8s, I would be at 65 or 60 kilometers from the targets, shooting them down from that distance. The only ships that will come close to me are going to be the elite ships, and if I survive this, then I can survive the tier 8 elite ships coming too close on me. So that's one important thing to test out. Okay, 5 of these ships are left. I am orbiting. I am very close to them. I am most of the time now within their perfect range. That means they are going to be landing good hits on me. In this case I use a afterburner, so the damage will be decreased, but they are still going to do some damage on my ship. As we can see, the damage effects are very nice on this vehicle. I like it. Although my armor is in perfect condition, the ship looks like it's about to fall apart, so that's kind of interesting. Hopefully that will be fixed. Okay, so time to orbit that elite ship, and well, let's see if I will survive this. Now this is a elite Omen. From all of these elite ships, that Omen is doing the most damage. I'm well within the ship's optimal range now, and I am orbiting at 4 kilometers. Most of the ships are going to have a good shot on my armor now. After I take out this ship, I'll be focusing on that Inquisitor. After the Inquisitor, I'll focus on the Destroyer. Okay, now time to align on that planet, just in case if things go wrong. You never know what can happen. Okay, well, armor is holding out quite well. Now in this case, I should have also enabled the group armor repair, which I forgot actually, because it is at the other page of the modules. I forgot to put it back on the front page, so that's also going to be interesting to see if I can actually survive without the group armor repair. Okay, armor is kind of slowly going down, but also the enemy ship is going down. After that ship is destroyed, the armor will be repaired a lot faster. Next target is that Inquisitor. After the Inquisitor, I'll jump on the Destroyer. After the Destroyer, I'll jump on the Cruiser. Now, one thing that I will have to first take care of are the frigates after I destroy the elite Destroyer, because the frigates are getting too close. They can potentially in the future carry warp disruptors and warp scramblers, so you have to make sure to shoot down the frigates. Okay, that destroyer is going to go down very fast. The drones are going to shoot it down very quickly. Okay, after clearing the frigates, time to attack the main elite ship here, and it's going to be this Mauler. Okay, let's see what will happen. The trajectory will put me in the way of the other destroyers and that bomber. That means I will get webbed, and in the future update that means I will get scrambled. So let's see if I would survive a... There we go. Let's see if I will survive this. If my capacitor runs out, or if I can't survive all the incoming damage, then this ship would not survive in the next update. However, if I can shoot down all of these ships and if I can survive the incoming damage, then it means in the next update I would have been alive. So, while risking my ship, let's find out what will happen here. First destroyer shot down, now the second destroyer will be shot down. All of these ships are now on me. Most of these cruisers are also around 10 kilometers from my ship. My armor is also slowly going down, but I also do manage to repair my armor quite decently. The next destroyer has been destroyed, and I do have 2 more destroyers, and I do have 2 more webs on me. After I destroy that destroyer, I'll have to destroy the next destroyer. Destroy the destroyer. Okay, well that escalated quickly, didn't it? My armor is at 65%, 57%, that's good. That means the repairer is doing its job. Now the destroyer is going down. After that it will be the bomber's time to be destroyed. Capacitor is stable, that's excellent that the capacitor is stable. Now the armor alert will probably go up in a couple seconds, that's fine, because it should be stable at around 30 to 40% armor, so I am satisfied with that. The next ship has been targeted and soon will be destroyed. Okay. Well, 12 ships are shooting at me at the moment. And so far, as you can see, it's stable. The armor is stable at 37-42%, which is perfect in this type of situation. If I had the dual armor repair, then my armor would be at around 80%, which is actually what I am looking for a dual armor repair fit, which I'll be doing, and I'll be doing the same type of experiment with the dual reps, I think, in a similar mission. Of course, that includes next time I'll also enable the group armor repairer that I forgot to enable this time around. But I did survive. I did manage to shoot down all the ships that were too close to me. I shot down all frigates. I shot down all destroyers, and that means I would have shot down all the ships that would carry a scrambler, and I could have warped off and I would survive. So I did survive, that's perfect. Which means this fit can work however, if I had the resistance rigs on the ship, things would be a lot different, because my resistances then, in that case, would be 80%, 90%. In that case, those ships couldn't even scratch my armor a lot. Well, I have to say this was a fun to do mission. This is so far a ship that I do like to fly. I like how it performed, and I will keep on improving it, of course. So that I make the ship even more effective than it already is. And the last ship to be shot down. After I shoot down the last ship, the mission should be completed. Well, this was fun. For a second, I'll admit, for a second I thought that I wouldn't make it, but I did. And well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.